Thank you. Now I will go on stage, but just since yesterday we were here, I see like your face is quite familiar because yesterday we did something. I don't know if everybody was here yesterday, but yeah, we did something together, so it's nice. And is there anyone that after what we did yesterday, like feels like, oh, I've dreamt something, or I've been thinking about something that I would like to add from yesterday? No? Okay, that means everyone slept well. So we are ready. We're ready for the handbook. So, I will try not to, because yesterday we were telling also that it's difficult to find new methodologies in order to teach and to share and to do all this, what we're doing here. And finally we all get to this point that it's I'm talking, you're listening, I'm showing you things and you're sitting down. So, but we hope that what we did here with this handbook will help us to do it differently. Okay, so this is the handbook. It's, for us, it's quite, yes, we are so proud of doing, because as you just said, it's the result of the collaboration of 5 partners from different countries, from different styles to do it, and it was quite an effort. So let's say that we are working on early school living, but also intercultural issues, and we are doing also an exercise of interculturality because we're building something together and we are all different. So for us also it was quite interesting and already an exercise to be able now to offer you this. In 6 different languages. You can find it in your pen drive that you have inside your, how you say that in English? The what? Welcome pack. So, some of you, Adrián, cuando puedas, ¿me dejas la tarjeta para mostrarla? Gracias. So, this, I don't know if you can see it, but because there's not so much light. Okay. This is a pen drive. It's quite, yeah. Oh, so, and inside you can find this handbook in English, in Hungarian, in Italian, in Spanish, in French, and in Polish. So, we hope that it will be useful for you, that you can use it with your students, with your pupils, if you want to apply some of the things that we have been working here and some of the things that we work with our pilot process in the Fotel project, combining critical incident and forum theater methodology. Thank you. Muy bien. So, this is the handbook. And we hope really that it will be helpful, it will be useful, and as you just said also, maybe you don't need to go all through these, but you can use some of the exercises that are inside, maybe for some parts, maybe you don't need to go all through it, but it will be maybe useful for you. How is it organized? There's an introduction. Afterwards, you find the exercises, and finally you've got the Bible. Oh, that's quite hard to say in English. Bible. Thank you. And in the introduction, what we have, the bibliography. Okay, in the introduction, we explain a little bit what we have. It's like after the Fotel project, we've done our research. We've been doing the pilot process. We've been combining the forum theater methodology and the critical incident. So this introduction, what helps us is like to know, we entitled that Early School Living, who, why, so then, and hopefully we hope that so then you can find the answer inside all this handbook. But what it's, here you can find some results from the research we did at the beginning of the process regarding early school living. You can find also what is the critical incident, like not what is, because that's why afterwards we have a workshop, but in the workshop don't be worried so much that, oh, I need like to take everything down, to write everything down. No, it's also written here. And for instance, and also it's, you have this combination about the critical, we explain a little bit what's the critical incident, and we explain also what's the forum theater methodology. And we actually found a quite interesting combination, both of it, because afterwards we will see that critical incident has these three parts, like decentration, empathy, negotiation. And in forum theater also we have this part, like we create a scene, we need to decentrate ourselves in order to build this scene of an operation. We need this empathy in order to build some characters, that it's not us. We have to imagine, we have to make hypotheses that how this character would be. And finally, we have this negotiation. As you saw and you lived yesterday, the negotiation, it's like, okay, you can come on stage and try to do something different. And that's a part to negotiate, but not only speaking, but also implying all the body and theater part. So that's what we try to explain here in this introduction. And afterwards, because all this, it's like, okay, it's very nice, but how do I do it? And what you found, it's this teacher's guide and the instruction kit. So every exercise has these two parts, this teacher's guide with the pedagogical objectives, with the pedagogical skills, and the materials you need in order to do the exercise, and how you can evaluate it. We know already that evaluation is quite also an issue. From yesterday we saw it. But in a way, how can I know if the exercise has worked or not regarding to the goals, the aim I had when I was thinking with the exercise? And after, every exercise has this other part in green, that is the instructions, what you can take with you and go in front of the group and say, okay, now we're going to do this, now we're going to do that. So let's try, because otherwise I'm speaking too much and I think everyone will get sleep. It's Saturday morning. And so we can try maybe one of the exercises that we did, that's in the handbook. Good. So I invite you to stand up. Because one of the exercises that is in the handbook is it's about image theater. There are a lot of exercises about image theater. So, what is image theater? It's the theater we can do with ourselves, and we've built a sculptor, like, a ver, Adrián, si puedes subir en escena, so I can use him as an example. For instance, ¿puedes hacer una imagen de cómo te sientes ahora mismo? So I asked him to make an image of how he's feeling now. Okay, and you freeze. Okay, that's the image of how he's feeling. And can you make an image of a student? Yeah. Okay, that's for him, that's the image of a student. So, thank you. It's simple but not it's easy but not simple. So everyone has his or her image. So when I will say 1, 2, 3, can you please make the image of how you're feeling now? 1, 2, 3. It's quite nice from here. Now without not losing too much the image, can you look to each other to see how people's feeling today now here? Thank you. Defreeze. And can you make the image of a student? How is the image of a student? Whoa, it's quite okay. Can you take a look without not? Take a look. What I see from here is that almost everyone would just sit down when I said student. Okay, the freeze and stand up again. Can you make the image of a teacher? How is a teacher? Wow, can you look around to see how our teachers are here in this room? Yeah, no one's sitting. Okay, the freeze. And now can you make the image of a student who's at risk to leave school? An early school leaver, maybe? 1, 2, 3, image. Wow. Can you look around? Thank you very much. Whoa, it was, thank you. You can sit down. We're a little bit. So these kind of things is what you can find in the handbook. And we invite you to use them, to change them, to try different things. Because just that, for me, for instance, that gave me a lot of information about what you think about students, about teachers, and also how you're feeling now, today, in this moment. Also, you can, the exercises are organized in a way that, you know, in this, as you can see here, it's organized by categories in order of the exercises, the aim of the exercises, in order for, if you want to use it in order to build a forum play, a forum theater play, is we make these categories in order to understand that first what we do is group building, and because we need this, the group that will get to know each other, that the climate it's relaxed, and we need all these. In Boal's methods, Boal was the Brazilian dramatist who worked with the theater of the past, who created, who discovered it, who built it up in the 60s in Brazil until 2009 when he died. And he called, for instance, that in this phase of group building, we need to, there's this concept of desmechanization. Let's say we all need to break this kind of mechanisms that rules our lives. For instance, when I wake up, I go like this, and I don't need to look, but I can stop my alarm clock in the morning. I like, boom. I don't need to look, where is it, and I just go, boom. And even I'm able just to push the button that goes, that with this snooze that repeats every 10 minutes. No, so that's, for me, it's like a mechanism. But also that mechanizes our relationships between people. Or as Roberto was saying this during the workshop this week, like it's also mechanizes our relationships. Like you will not see a soldier telling, or someone in the army asking the soldier, like, can you go, please go over there and shoot that guy over there, please? No, it's not that, please. There are some mechanisms that are ruling our lives, and we need, in order to be creative, in order to create, in order to do art and to be creative, to break this down. So in this phase, we are really focusing on that, in group building, but also this mechanization. After, what we do, it's forum play, forum theater play. We look for oppressions. We need to work on conflict in order to understand them better and in order to get to the phase of negotiation. As we said, comparing with the critical incident method, we need to find what kind of oppressions do I have in order to work on them. Because it's on conflict that we work, and from this conflict we hope we will find alternatives. After that, we build this, we have called it building a forum theater embryo, that we found a situation, we identify it, it's something that we can work on in order to build it up to be a forum theater play. That's why afterwards we said cleaning the embryo, we need to make it that it would be theater, that it will have an interest for someone who's sitting down, that wants to see it and wants to really it's so interesting, also in the aesthetic level, not just talking, for instance. And finally, we had performing as we had it yesterday here. It's the phase where we can show it, we can search for alternatives all together, trying different strategies, coming on stage. So that's why we made these categories, because that helped us and hopefully will help you to know which exercise goes where and why I use it. Also, what you can find is that we have some videos, because we know that it's not only like reading that it will be able for us to get to know how can we do these exercises and how are the processes. And yeah, we have some videos that you can find in the handbook from the 5 different countries, so you can see the different experiences in the different countries. Like they are, as we said, and yesterday also that we were talking about diversity, that we are similar but we are not the same. So it's in a way we have a very similar. We have used the same methodology, but we are not identical. So in these different videos, you can see the specific method or the specific color that in every country we had with these processes. So let me show you just a small part of one of them, so you can have an idea of how it's about it. ¿Me puedes ayudar a subir? ¿Me pones el vídeo? Ah, sí. Sí, dale. Sí, me pones el vídeo de España, el que habíamos visto. Just so he can help it. And finally, you can find the Bible, all the references that we really encourage you to it's so difficult. To give you to go further, to read more, to search for more references where you can read more and find more bibliography, because behind these there's a lot, like you said, texts about Margaret Cohen Emmerich, there are a lot, texts about Boal, there's a lot, so you can find there's a lot of knowledge behind. But okay. Yeah. Sí, Y lo pones en el minuto 7, 6 y pico. So just like we will make a small sample. We will see a small part of the video, so you can have an idea of what is inside this handbook. Sister? That was just a small, so just to give you some sample, and really okay, I want to know more, so let's go and put the pen drive and put your PDF in your computer and let's search inside. So thank you very much. I encourage you to go further on it, to really use it, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Meritxell.